10 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
World
5 seconds
ravaged
remaining.
by war. One man must break away from the alliance he made
Reserve
to form
time.
another one. And there can only be one. Cool Beans going up against Alliance. Welcome back, guys, to the TI7 European qualifiers. This one is going to be very, very interesting. I'm not going to explain why, because you guys already know why. Loda on the opposing end of the Alliance team. Now, both of these two teams so far have had results, like 2-2, 1-2, kind of like that area. I think Secret and Danish Bears, Secret obviously, are the only ones who had flawless records so far.
Alliances turn to pick.
Looking forward to that. But this is like less about the results of the overall round robin. And more about sending a message, at least in my opinion. I'm sure they would rather win than lose. But we'll see what's going to happen in this game. I'm Mike Lohr, going to be your caster for this game. And for the third consecutive one, I believe, we have an Ancient Apparition picked up rather early. Now, in 2 of the last games of AA, he was up against an IO. So there is a lot more reason to pick up an Ancient Apparition if you're be in that matchup. But Cool Beans wasting no time. Sand King AA is their opener. And I think if you are going to pick an early Ancient Apparition up against an opposing IO and with a stunner is pretty much the golden spot right there. Like, it could be Sand King, it could be Earthshaker, it could be Vengeful Spirit, it could be a CM, whatever. As long as you have some way to make that work. Sand King definitely of the better ones. But Alliance, they have themselves a combo going into their bag of Alliance tricks. There are not many teams that will do this outside of Alliance. And who's actually drafting? It's Hanskin drafting. It seems like the whole ninjas in pajamas, Limp, Hanskin, Jonasen fan, wherever they end up, they're always a big fan of the IO and a big fan of old school IO partnerships. Not really seen all the time nowadays, but still, I would say very, very playable. Huck banned out, Venomancer banned out, as well as the Darkseer. Got Bristleback banned out, of course, in the first phase. I do think Bristleback is just absolutely nuts bonkers, but kind of not as much of him as I would really expect, at least on this stream, because I'm busy here, guys. I have my job cut out for me. Other noteworthy heroes in the pool, well, Night Stalker's banned out. I do love me some Nyx Assassin. Seems like he is reasonable, but not amazing right now. If you do open up with an IO and Tiny, you do have to watch out for a potential Timbersaw counter pick. IO and Tiny strength being low range really means that they will just get torn to bits by a Timbersaw. Cool Beans do have the option of running that, so we'll see if it's something. Poker ban out. Another hero that's pretty good up against the IO Tiny for different reasons, for sure. I mean, he can do the damage. He also has control, but it's not nearly as bursty as a Timber. Apparition, Sand King, what else? I mean, with this opening, you could really do anything. You could pick up Alina and still keep yourself very open. I wouldn't mind that.
5 seconds remaining.
You could just pick up any given safe laner like a Juggernaut and with that as well. So, Sand King offlane with an Ancient Apparition and Disruptor for even more counter IO is a possibility. I'm not really sure if I like that last route there. How about a Shaker? I really like Shaker offlane nowadays. Throw the Shaker in the offlane. Sand King kind of support duo. Seems pretty powerful.
Sven stands ready.
A Sven instead.
Alliances turn to pick.
This is going to be going towards that safe lane. What Sven has that many other safe laners do not have is well, let's just go through all the reasons why Sven is good here first. First of all, you get the extra armor up against Tiny.
10 seconds
That is really
remaining.
nice. Second of all, Sven is very frequently going to pick up a BKB, which means that because you're a melee hero going up against Tiny, you need some answer to that Craggy, or else you're just going to have a nightmare of it.
Reserve time.
Also, you're going with a Sand King and an Ancient Apparition, or at least an Ancient Apparition, so you have the ability to stick to your targets because of your move speed, and of course that extra stun to set up for
Skywrath.
That is why Sven is great. Sven is a little bit awkward because he will struggle sometimes to manhandle a Tiny when he doesn't have a BKB, or if he just gets jumped on, then a Sven at half HP is not going to be willing to turn around and try to fight things out. It's just not going to happen. So it is a very powerful laning hero.
10 seconds remaining.
This is classic.
5 seconds remaining.
There are some teams that will sometimes pick up a Skywrath Mage. Alliance, I feel, pick it up way too much. I love Skywrath Mage. I love Ancient Apparition. They're great. But the thing is with Skywrath Mage is that he's paper. Like, he is... I don't know if he's actually the softest hero, but it feels like he's the softest hero in the game. You land a Stormhammer on him, and he is screwed, man. You can kill him off so easily. They don't really have the best way to activate a Skywrath Mage yet. Tiny's Avalanche Toss is okay to synergize with Mystic Flare. And if you could seal up that person who you're Avatossing, they're super dead. Like, there's no chance in hell for that guy. There is a lot of upside there, and that's the thing with Skywrath Mage, is that he is a hero with so much upside, but at such high risk. He is going now up against the Queen of Pain, so there you go, even more upside for the Skywrath Mage. If you're able to get the jump on the Queen of Pain, if you're able to keep your positioning, then you're going to just rain hell on the opponents. You do so much damage. You really do everything. But if you get caught on the front lines because of a blink from a Quap, or a blink Sven, or a blink Sand King, then you die like that, and then it's just all over, and you've wasted a pick. So it does require your positioning. Now, there are ways of making this hero work a little bit better. You could go for a Faceless Void or something like that. You can just get more stuns. Ooh, a Beastmaster.
Dire team ban.
That's interesting. Now, and Beastmaster will have that roar, so, you know, I expect to see if this game progresses beyond 10 minutes. A Beastmaster with a roar, smoking with a Skywrath Mage, just looking for someone random to pick off. Roar into Seal into Flare is usually going to be a kill.
Remaining.
A lot of upside there again. But for Alliance, this is, it's going to be a little bit more than that, right? They have the Beastmaster, and of course, he has the attack speed aura. And Tiny isn't exactly known for his attack speed. But with Overcharge and Beastmaster aura, he will be actually smacking things down pretty quickly. But on top of that, you get the Hawk. You get the Hawk to spot out random positions so that the Io and the Tiny actually have decision points as to whether or not they want to jump in, to go for that Queen of Painkiller, to relocate in for that Sven. They will have the opportunities to do that. So even though Beastmaster is perhaps going to have a little bit of a rough time going up against this amount of stuns and this amount of damage from the Cool Beans side, his upside, again, in the mid-game is just incredibly high. And it does seem like that's what it's all going to come down to for Alliance. IO Tiny, if you are able to slow them down or keep their Ancients blocked, stuff like that, then it's just going to be, you know, they're not going to have the impact that you really want. But if they're able to get farm, they will roll you, like every single game. So much risk for so much upside, and Alliance are just going to be okay rolling those dice. The Void, the very frequently picked up hero with Skywrath Mage because of Chronosphere and Chronosphere Flare, going to be banned out by the Cool Beans side. Alliance still looking for, one would assume, a safe laner. And as for Cool Beans, could be an off lane or support Sand King, so there's really no way to tell here for the Alliance side. I want to go for an off lane hero. Hero is going to be poked at quite a bit. Legion Commander is still in the pool. Centaur is okay up against Alliance. Oh yeah, Omnet banned out. Abaddon is actually still in, and Abaddon is pretty good up against what?
Dire team.
Whoa, get an Alliance rather. Get an Ember Spirit. Now, this is interesting. Another hero that really does capitalize well on having that extra vision from the Beastmaster, so that's kind of nice. another disable for the Skywrath Mage, and together with that
10
magic damage
seconds remaining.
amplification, you do end up doing a truckload of damage with the Skywrath. So they're trying to smooth
5
over the
seconds
Skywrath risks
remaining.
as much as possible. A good hero to have versus Queen of Pain. Magic damage is great versus
Reserve
Sven. You
time.
don't want to go up against him with physical if you can help it. So yeah, seems like a good hero to have, but also an incredibly risky hero as far as the lanes are concerned. Is it a tiny safe lane? Yeah, it's a tiny safe lane. I don't think Cool Beans can punish that. They last pick a Doom to try to get their answers to the Ember Spirit. And it is going to be Sand King and AA. So yeah, we have an Ember Spirit mid. Can they dual lane like tiny Skywrath with no IO? It's a possibility. Doom doesn't really need that much to really be answered. The Quap mid lane versus Ember Spirit is pretty good for the Queen of Pain. Ember Spirit can play that like okay, it's like a 40-60 lane, I would say. We'll see where the IO wants to go. He definitely has freedom to go where he wants. Should still keep his eye on the jungle though. Very important when running with a tiny. Make sure you have those jungle options. Ooh, it's a very close tower game. Not really. Come with me. Here we go. Both these two teams again with mediocre
Prepare
results so
for
far.
battle.
The round robin stage of this tournament. We'll see how these lanes are actually going to break down. We'll take a look at that as we send Jonas and Fan on the Alliance side towards top side. Pablo is on the Skywrath Mage. Got Limp playing his Ember Spirit. He plays this all the time. Era is on his Tiny with Poundskin's Companion Cube IO. On the Cool Beans side, got Insania on the Ancient Apparition. Loda is going to be on the Then. Nikwa handling the Doom, got Mickey on the Queen of Pain, and come with me. Sand King, boots first. I love Sand King boots first openings. And I love it when I see Skywrath Mage get blown to hell. Ripperino Pablo. Skywrath Mage is actually pretty fast, like as a hero, but he has no health. Again, I mentioned that. Oh, Onskin also not in a good spot here. Come with me, boots first. Here we go, boys. Burrow Strike, dig. Oh, tier 1 tower? What tier 1 tower? Oh, sick chains, though. Onskin, cold feet. Oh, he's gonna jump over to Loda. Oh, that was not the play. Oh, man. Well, that happened. Cool Beans get 2 kills, including First Blood. Granted, they're both on supports. But, oh no, Io didn't spend his gold. He did the very standard thing and was saving gold for a bottle early on. Ended up dying. That is going to cost him so much. Obviously, Skywrath Mage doesn't lose anything because he spent all of his gold. But that hurts. That hurts a lot, and that is just a taste of what the Cool Beans side can do with the amount of stuns that they have. We'll see as these lanes actually break down. It's going to be the last lanes I would expect as the Quap ends up top lane, and the Sven Ancient Apparition end up mid. What the hell is going on? Like, I did not expect this at all. Let's take a look at the bottom lane, where Nikwa is going to be getting some help with the Sand King. Should be able to do some pretty good work up against this Tiny. He has 0 base armor and an IO who will not have a bottle for a very long time. So, Ira is going to be taking some early game hits. Avalanche costs a lot of mana, so he does have to watch out. Over in mid, I don't really know if Insania can do anything here. Even if you do hammer someone and cold feet them, there's a poor man shield in the Ember Spirit, so you have a lot of stun duration, but you don't actually have a lot of rifles. Now you can go for the Skywrath Mage if it ticks in time. Pablo's pretty fast though. He is going to get frozen, but in a safe spot. That's the thing with Skywrath Mage, 330 movement speed, really, really quick. I mean, he doesn't run, he flies, so he expected. Like, that's pretty much the extent of what they can do in lane. A little bit more damage once they get Chilling Touch, but it's not really going to get that much stronger. Towards top lane, Queen of Pain has a favorable matchup versus Beastmaster. It's another one of those like 60-40 lanes. Beastmaster with his pets, with his axes, can usually hold down the fort to a reasonable degree, but you would expect him to slowly but surely fall behind his CS somewhat. Not really the end of the world. He'll be fine. It's really all eyes on the Sand King. I want to see. Last time we saw a roaming Sand King in the last game we casted, get a lot of success, a lot of farm. Come With Me's opportunities lie mostly, I would say, in the mid lane. Yeah, you can go for that IO. Nikwa as a Doom will struggle to actually kill off an IO simply because he'll have to run through Toss and Avalanche. With Me is not spotted just yet, I don't think. He's going to cut in. Burrow Strike, and then walk right by. It's not about getting kills, it's about sending a message. This is, these are not your conventional lanes. That being said, still all pretty much getting mirrored farm, except for top lane where Cool Beans are slightly winning. Bottom lane is looking fairly even, mid lane is looking perfectly even. Loda's taking these bolts like a champ, and the Skywrath Mage, he uses Shrine already, he did. It is going to be a limiting factor, this mana pool of the Skywrath, although with an Arcane Rune, oof. Have some birds, come with me. Speed. Midas optional in this. Probably get away with it. I don't think he has to do it. Pop is out of mana at this stage. No bottle just yet, but he's actually taking a lot of damage from Jonas and Fan. Watch out. I mean, he's not going to die until there's a roar. Then he might die. Still, you don't want to be super low. He's just preparing for his bottle. So when he does get it, he'll have health and mana regen. Easy value. So far, slight lead here for Cool. In the CS departments, they already got those 2 kills, as I mentioned. Who actually got those kills? Loda and Nikwa. Pretty good to have it on Sven. Definitely a hero that can accelerate out of control if given the opportunity with a couple. In a lane like this, though, I'm not really sure if it's going to happen, simply because killing Limp is like an impossibility. You can't do it, man. You just can't do it. Now, killing Jonas Fan, that's a very real possibility. I think he already did most of the work. Burrow Strike coming in. You're dead, Beastmaster. Time you just need a Burrow Strike. A little bit extra. And a Boar for the road. This top lane, they knew that they were going to throw the Beastmaster. And he's been doing a pretty admirable job, but as the levels increase on the clock, she gets a lot more powerful, whereas Beastmaster only gets kind of mediocre power spikes. So yeah, she will be able to do a lot much more than the Beastmaster. Until level 6, of course, where Beastmaster then becomes a lot more powerful. But only in the context of with another ally. If he has someone else with him with the Roar, he'll be able to get those kills. If not, probably not enough damage just from himself. Loda had a bottle in his... It is... Got a lot of different items here, mostly for the Quap.
No.
Loda. That's just power treads, right? Courier. Really? Midas first? You're gonna queue it up like that? That takes balls, man. That takes real balls. Mostly because Midas on Sven is like so unnecessary. If you want to farm on Sven, well, you have Cleave. Just get damage and attack speed, and you'll farm really quickly. You don't need a Midas. Have the combo. First strike Cold Feet. Target landed on an IO. Maybe being baited a little bit here by the Doom. Doom doesn't really have a ton to contribute to this, except for just another hero's worth of right-click damage. Scorched Earth does a little bit to help you chase after a tethered. Grab the Bounty Rune, and Hanskin, he wants a Bounty Rune, man. That's what he wants, but over towards mid lane, you seal up the Sven. Chains already used, and Loda is going to be just fine. He'll hammer to disengage, and will fall back successfully, and it will be Hanskin. Long tether away. That was a triumph, although Anian come with me with another round at the ready. Looking to maybe set up for a dive. The Doom was putting the screws to Era. The tether used on a creep, but Hanskin has no more bottle charges. Cold Feet is going to freeze in place, if not just outright kill. Avalanche Toss will end up killing Come With Me. Even exchange on this bottom lane. Always respect that Avatoss. It does a very balanced amount of... Hanskin is back, but caught with no bottle charges. Not a happy place. Off to level 7, still smashing this lane. Loda free farming over in mid. They're going in for round 2. Going for Era is hard, but he is going really deep. Yes, patience indeed. Patience confirmed. Era is doomed. Hanskin does not have the ability to yank him out just yet, but he will be able to contribute quite a bit of extra juice here. Is it going to be enough to combat through the Doom and the right clicks deny? No. Doom does get the kill, and with the Scorched Earth regen, will take a hell of a lot of nothing. Wanders out of that tower. Pablo and Hanskin in the area are not going to be enough to scare back Cool Beans. They are okay sticking around this area and looking for these pickoffs. They have pretty good vision here. Oh, Pablo, don't go in there, bro. Oh, Hanskin, you don't go in there either. You gotta leave, man. They do seal up the Sand King, but that means Pablo's taking himself as the target now. His movement speed is gonna get him quite a bit distance away. In the meantime, Doom, he's stuck in the trees. He will see the Io now, but gets tossed up and dropped. Mickey's ultimate's gonna completely miss, and it goes right between them. Still gets the Io kill. And Come With Me should be fine, although Limp is coming in. With another hero on the way. Tossed up, and the triple jump in with the chains will kill off the Quap. As Cool Beans get baited a little bit too far. That's Scarith Mage just by having boots and nothing else. Distracting a lot these Cool Beans heroes. Like, he just, like, showed himself. They saw he had no mana, they're like, oh, let's kill the Skyrath. And then they couldn't because they couldn't catch up to him. Not enough movement speed. My world, my kingdom for a Blink Dagger.
Top tower is under attack.
If I was a level 1 Sand King and I had a kingdom, I would gladly trade it for a Blink Dagger, like, every single day. I wonder how much more a Sand King can get done if, like, level 1 Burrow Strike came with a free Blink Dagger. Seems like it'll be pretty crazy. That was kind of a lukewarm rotation from the Queen of Pain. Is going to give Loda a lot of time to farm up, and he is doing just that on top. At the same time, the Beastmaster had a lot of time to do whatever the hell he wants. That is farming the jungle himself. Roar is up. We'll see if they're going to smoke out with him anytime soon, or if he's just going to keep farming. I don't have many plans for him. I want Loda to get this stack. That one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Prowler Shaman. Ancient Prowler Acolytes. I knew they were called Prowlers, Ancient Prowlers. I didn't know there were Shamans and Acolytes. They don't really seem very casty to me. You know? Oh, he's gonna clean house though. That is just a little bit of gold for this Sven. Top net worth chart along with that Quap, despite her overambitious death on the bottom lane. L has a lot of good synergy here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, really wanted that rune. Jump up to the high ground. Have a chance at this. I think deny himself to the Ancients. That's what he had to do. Instead, he's going to try to hope that Insania is going to be enough to save him. Limp is not jumping in. He only has one spirit. Relocate is coming in the back. Avalanche toss. There goes the AA. Somehow Come With Me is still alive, but not for long. He gets chained down. He has nowhere to run. Sonic Wave will pick off the Io, though. He is going to sneak that one in there. Tossing in the Beastmaster for a Roar. That is some next level shit right there. And they're going to catch up to the Quap, chain her down, and get the kill. Alright, Blink Dagger. Who needs a Blink Dagger? You don't need that, man. You don't need a smoke. You don't need a Blink Dagger. You just need a tiny. Cool Beans are going to lose a handful of heroes, including that ever so precious Queen of Pain.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good thing for Cool Beans is that Loda is still receiving pretty much complete free farm.
Radiant's
One is making any attempt at stopping him. Problem is again for Sven. They have all of this farm. It's not going to be truly worthwhile until he also gets the DKB. Plus, Avalanche, dead Niku. There's a Blink Dagger on Era, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. I didn't catch that. That's my bad. But 11-minute Blink Dagger to get a free Doom kill and a tower denied. That is substantial. Era can assassinate pretty much anyone now. Maybe not Sven. Anyone else is just straight dead. It will be difficult to keep that mana topped off, is 100% reliant on the Io. Yeah, this Tiny is pretty dangerous. He doesn't miss his combo. He has his combo. At the same time, we're building up towards the level 6 on Gareth Mage. Obviously, Roar is already up. Get that flare roar. Cool, baby. That is gonna hurt like hell.
Worthy treatment.
As Cool Beans fail more and more attempts, as they like kind of get these supports picked off with very little in exchange, this game is turning into a game where they're reliant more and more on Loda. They're not there yet. I mean, obviously they still have a long ways to go. The game is only 12 minutes in. But yeah, they do really need to get the Sand King some time. Sand King with no Blink Dagger is a poor hero indeed. They do at least have the Ice Blast, which is kind of nice, and they do have the Doom. They really do need that Sand King if they're going to set things up in a substantial way in order to gain substantial space and kind of spread the power curve out so that the Sven isn't the only one doing it. Spotted by an Obs. Is there a flare? No. He's going to get the armor off though. Or he takes the hit with the chain, still blink forward, avalanche toss, dead Loda. Ice Blast comes in, lands with the limp, but he has his shield up and he's doing no damage so far. He'll jump away, Scream will still follow him to do nothing, and now the relocate out. Loda assassinated. Io, that was the yank out actually. That was the relocate on the backswing, not the burst cast, I think. I don't see any numbers near him. But yeah, he's just free and clear. Relocated in and then grabbed the Tiny to get out. Perfectly executed gank on a perfect target.
Dire's top tower is under
Lions are
attack.
starting to spread this map out. Really abuse the amount of kind of global scale control they have. Ember Spirits, not even with travels, is still able to get pretty much wherever he needs to be very quickly. Obviously, Ira has Blink Dagger, he has the Io to help him out. Sooner rather than later, it's going to be Yonispan to join that fray as well. Prepping himself to be able to do a lot of damage if he finds support alone. He should be able to take them out. If he has another hero with him, he can pretty much kill anyone with the roar. He's putting himself into a really good spot. Of course, that means that Cool Beans rather will have less room to farm. Most importantly, the Sand King. All the farm that they do have, all the space that they do have, most likely is just going to be focused into Loda. Doom, I guess, has Devour, so he doesn't need space to farm. He just things.
I'll take your tribute.
Lions are doing exactly what they want. Just split up the map, pick people off. Smoke. Smoke if you got him. Chains into Flare isn't the best combo in the world, but if you seal up someone, they're still really screwed. Look me. Changing your name on it. Never mind. They want to get the Heat of Pain instead. Chain down. Where's the Flare? Don't need it. Avalanche toss. Killer in the air. Well, it's your lucky day, Sand King. It's your lucky day. You get to live. But your friendly Quap does not. In the meantime, in Ratland, Yonispan finds down out. Oh, hey, finds support. And is strong enough to kill him by himself. Look at that. It's great. It's like I say things and then Alliance just do them. 11-8. Game is pushing its way in Alliance's favor, not by a substantial margin. It's just like they're getting the kills right now, so they have the map control, and that's not really quantifiable. It's quantified in the next couple of minutes where they actually get kills with them. Does Ira have a random glove of Hand of Midas? Yes, it is. Okay, well that explains that. So Tiny with Midas and Ags. I would say maybe like a little bit unnecessarily heavy in the farm, but I mean you're 6-1-3, you have a Blink Dagger at like 10 minutes. Yeah, whatever the hell you want. Probably work out. Late game Tiny with an Ember Spirit that's so hard to deal with. So many difficult heroes to kill off, doing so much.
Never refuse good.
Of course, Doom still has his namesake ult. We haven't really seen Nico get much action with that yet. That requires him to be very proactive. And he doesn't really want to be the one to jump in and Doom first. He would rather have a Sand King start that off, or a Blink Sven with BKB. Usually you can't find an attractive target to Doom if you're the first one in. Sometimes you can, and sometimes it will work out perfectly, but it's not going to happen all the time. Is there Io with Dust? No. Just need it. Up towards top. Limp has the travels on the Hawk. is going to chain down the Sven, tail him up, and in the back line, he's going to toss in the IO. That still will end up killing off Loda, and now the Roar onto the Doom. Oh man, and the Doom will do a whole lot of nothing versus this Tiny. The tower's already down, so Insania's going to get chased down for sure. Rip AA. 3 kills, who else wants some? Nobody. Yeah, a grenade IO, I guess. Whatever works, man. Cool Beans are just getting torn apart by Alliance right now. Avalanche toss, delayed combo. Era just really wanted to get that off. I don't think if you did it properly, it would have been a kill. Like, way too much health.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
14-8. We can see that map control that I mentioned earlier. At the time, it was only like a 1k lead. Push it to 2k. They're still bringing down towers. Objectives. I'm actually astounded that the Queen of Pain is still #1 in net worth. That is very, very surprising, considering she's had really mixed results in this game. Still is able to find a lot of farm. The thing is, all that farm in the world can't help you when you're going to be buried under an avalanche. He sees everything. Should know that he's not spotted. Oh! Okay. Don't worry about it, just run away. I don't know if they were paying attention to that. They should have seen him. Yeah, we have Relocate, we have Travels on Hawk. Jonathan, being a giant rat, is just making his home on this top lane. You can't send a support to defend against this, because they'll just get killed. You gotta send like 2 heroes here, and then if you do, Jonathan just falls back. And then it says, okay, your heroes with. Oh no, not like this, Quap. Nice net worth. You're just fueling Era. This Alliance squad really making regret his decision to form with Cool Beans, because they're just tearing him apart. This seems like just old school Alliance stuff, like, you know, split push, rat style, the tiny IO. Like, you know, textbook old school Alliance. Think you were born in the split push?
Dire's middle tower.
Think you know split push? Think so, man. #1, lead now 4k as these tier 1s start to fall. And if this Hawk sees like an AA go like this, that AA is going to have an Ember Spirit so far up his ass, he's going to be puking fire for a week. Oh, wait, here's the AA. We found him. Target acquired. Now, going for load is a lot more difficult since now they see the BKB. But that's probably not going to happen, but oh no, Insania. Oh, he's shined up, he's roared, he's sealed, he's dead. Here comes Mickey. That scream did absolutely nothing. Raindrops, man, raindrops. For some reason, I thought that was, like, I said raindrop, and I'm like, it's not raindrop. I'm like, it's not teardrop, it's raindrop, what the hell? I don't know why teardrop crossed my mind there. Is there some other item that I'm not thinking of, and like, I don't freaking know. Is that like a card or something in some card game? I have no freaking. Tiny. He is so ridiculously farmed. I don't think he's powerful enough to insta-kill Loda. I think he will put a big dent into this Sven, make him retreat every single time. You may give a chance to find out. He is power farming the hell out of his Ags. 3 heroes up towards top lane looking to stop this. And you know what's happening elsewhere? You know what's happening while this Tayo and Tiny are being annoying and pretty much doing nothing in the meantime? You're going for Roche. Yeah. When was the last time you guys saw an Necro book? Is that item just like completely dead? Like, can we? I don't remember the last time I've seen it. Not in this patch, that's for sure. Not in the last patch either. I mean, we see Lycan picked up. We occasionally see Beastmasters. We just see no Necro book. Odd day we live in. I like Necro book. I feel like that item's pretty cool. Era has big whacking stick and a double life. And you know, 2400 HP, level 15. All balanced things on this Tiny. Loda's gonna come around from the side. One's gonna push him away. One's gonna converge on mid. looks like that Alliance are gonna piece out of there. They have no reason to stick around here if they don't want to. You know what else is happening? Limp is split pushing. Actually, everyone has had their turn on this top lane, split pushing. Like, literally every single hero has been up here just split pushing and being annoying. And Alliance have yet to actually kill off a single one of those heroes. Like, Cool Beans, rather, have not been able to kill off a single one of those heroes. Not a single time. Now, they will find someone on bottom. Never mind, Ira smells him coming and he leaves. Cool Beans are just being outmaneuvered. Like, it's so severe that it's like going past funny and a little sad. It's like they're trying their darndest. They have the Blink Dagger on Sand King, they have a BKB on Sven, they have Doom, which has been available to them for like the past 10 minutes. And they just can't find anybody. Like, they can't find a single guy to kill. Because they're all pushing top lane. And they're all split pushing mid lane. And the thing is, you can't leave these lanes or else Tiny is just going to do this, take your tower. They might take a tier 2, but top lane tier 3s are in trouble. Like, this is not a winning game state for Cool Beans. They really need to find somebody. They need to get their obs out. They have a couple of observers in the southern jungle. None really in the north jungle, which is where all the action has really been. All they need is one lucky break and they're right back in it. But the Radiant end up scanning Nikwa. They know that there's at least one hero here. Maybe they're going to wander in a little bit too far. Scarith Mage is to be very careful on his positioning. If he gets hit with anything, he might just die despite having 2 bracers. Oh, Limp. Bro, Blink Doom. And he is going to get Burrow Strike. Relocate coming in, but too late, he's already dead. They find their kill, but at what cost? They do toss up the Doom and crater him immediately. And the Roar, rather, plus the Flare will kill off 2 more. As Ira cleaves through all of them. It's a godlike spree for Ira, actually. Cool Beans, they get their pick off, but it's not really the right time to pick off. And now on to Loda. Avatos with the beatdown, not enough. Although will be not to kill off Insania. They did not look for that kill. It just kind of happened. And Loda's like, I'll hammer him. That will help. Pretty sure Ira does not give 2 shits about what Loda has to say about him. So when he's gonna jump in and just beat him to death. Where are you at, Cool Beans? This is 2 heroes. 2 heroes on top lane, 3 heroes on top lane, taking your racks. It's 24 minutes in. Sven and Doom are coming, but Doom is useless right now. He has no ult. He has a Blink Stomp. He's a bad Centaur War Runner. Oh, and here comes Limp. He's in this game as well. He's pissed off. They do amp up Loda and do about half HP worth of damage. Io, oh, takes the Ice Cloud. Where are you going, Io? Why are you going in that direction? Just to debate them, that's why, because he knew he was fine the entire time. Hanski with the next level BM. If he dies because of this. Well, I mean, we're gonna say it's a misclick. Run! Scream! Got him! They did it. They killed off the Io. But in the meantime, Yonisafan has an army of pigs here. And they're pushing bomb. And he's going to run into some heroes without mana to roar. I think this is a free one, right? It should be. Io can't come in and help out. There's an Ice Blast just to seal the deal. They find themselves a Beastmaster. Finally, Cool Beans find something for free. But it's just not good enough. They need to do that like 10 more times, and then they're right back in it. And hopefully onto a Tiny. The good thing for Cool Beans is that most likely this Aegis on Tiny is just going to go wasted. But at this point, it's like, does that even matter? This Tiny's walking around to double damage. You clearly cannot fight him. You took your Shrine out pretty quickly. You take your Dragons. Lincoln Sphere on himself, and in the meantime, the Cool Beans camp. Well, Loda has nothing. Got nothing recently. Queen of Pain, I'm pretty sure, has had this forever now. Picks up an Oblivion staff. Wow. Meanwhile, Io has Pipe on the way. Tiny has AC in the works. Gareth Mage using those bracers for their only possible function in this game. Rod of Atos. Means that he doesn't need his buddies to combo up with himself. He just cripples? Is it still called cripple? It is. Cripples them, then seals them and flares them by himself. May not get the kill, but it'll do a hell of a lot of damage. More. Sequel hit with the roar. Even the relocate. He's going to try to help him out with the burrow strike in the epicenter. It does all get off, but it's not doing nearly enough damage. Jonas Man is going to get focused down. He's going to have a roar, I don't think. Hans can focus down as well by the Queen of Pain. Flare will be mostly buffered by the Yule Scepter as Loda now gets hit forward for Pablo. Tiny does not want to get in here. Pablo will seal up and then die. Limp will retreat. He should be fine. And that will be Alliance. They killed Nikwa. Super dead, but he did buy back immediately. And that was a fight where Era was not quite there in time. But Tiny was there a little bit sooner. Obviously, you prevent the epicenter from getting off because you should have another series of stuns. Start cleaving through Cool Beans. He's not quite tanky enough by himself to do that. He really does need the IO and the overcharge. But, yeah, it's just a little bit of a messy engagement there from Alliance. It's still going to cost them, but, like, a handful of supports and a Beastmaster, still not the heroes that really matter. They need to pick off this Tiny. I think he still has, like, a 10-kill streak or something like that. I don't remember when he died. It wasn't recent. Should be a godlike at least.
I'll take your tribute.
Era is holding on to a lot of bounty right now. Attack speed? Attack speed with the Hyperstone and an AC in the works? Seems okay. Seems above average, plus the extra barrier from the pipe and Insight Aura for the extra magic resistance. How do you like that knowledge of random items, auras, and skill names? Insane, right? Blink Doom, I don't think is gonna work. He has no trash skill to pop a Lincoln's. Needs like the fastest one he can get. Maybe like the Purge from the Little Satyr, or the Chain Lightning from the Harpy. Blink, Chain Lightning, Doom. I don't even think that's gonna come out fast enough. He needs someone else to blink it. And even then, maybe Blink Burrow Doom. Blink Orchid or Blink Yule's Doom. That'll work. Mickey gets at least another item in that Orchid. Very nice item to have, but KB on Tiny. Beastmaster tanky as all hell. Notice Spawn got obliterated in the last. The longer you stay alive as Beastmaster, the better it is. I mean, obviously that's for any hero. But the build that he's been going for is not really a one-off build. It's a very sustained aura-based build.
Bottom tower has fallen.
He just, even if he's not hitting things, he just wants to be on the outskirts of the fight, just surviving. Bottom lane, Limp. We'll be here to defend it, because it is impossible to outsplit push an IO Tiny and an Ember Spirit. Just not gonna happen. Yup, easy. Alliance, like what they're trying to do right now is just look for a random pick-off, though Cool Beans have smartened up quite a bit. Not gonna get randomly picked off in this top lane. Ice Blast is gonna see a couple of them on the secondary projectile. Alliance want to do right now, pick off optional. What they really want is the Roshan. They're just going to kind of post up near this area, keep their vision up, keep the Hawks and Boars fanned out, see what they can get. If they can get the kill, fine. If not, it's no big deal. Gem is up on this Beastmaster, so they'll keep Cool Beans blind in the meantime. They're in no rush. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Next big thing is going to happen. At least. Fawn and Limp, maybe looking to surprise this bottom lane. Era's showing himself off on top. This is going to be a little bit close. I think they could kill off the bomb here if they roar. Her down. There's the roar. And then the triple jump. It is enough. Albeit barely. In the meantime, they also have found the Skywrath Mage. He's lasting a very long time. Still goes down because it's the Skywrath Mage, obviously. But they do get the toss on Helmet. We beat him to hell. Now they're on to Nikwa. He has a Blink Dagger out soon. He will have it. I think he's free. Oh, never mind. Actually, the relocate. Gonna put Era in a pretty good spot to intercept. If they don't see the Doom, they will see Loda instead. And Insania. So if you want to get kills, the Ancient Apparition. Alliance gladly give away their Skywrath Mage in exchange for 2. And again, it's all about just getting themselves into a good position to take Roche. Now, I'm fairly certain that Io and Tiny can take care of by themselves. I think that's Roche number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't think there's any way to find out from where I am sitting now. Check his inventory to see if there's cheese, but obviously not alive yet. Oh, he's alive. Oh, it is 3. Okay, it is Roshan number 3. So cheese on Io is ridiculously crazy. Aegis on like any of the other cores is fine. But I don't know if Cool Beans can they possibly defend this. Tonskin and Era blink in right now and start going to work. Oh, they're gonna all get back. Era just picks up his AC. Era doesn't even need snow. I got this, bro. 9,000 HP, bring it on. By the way, Craggy Exterior, pretty good spell. Very easy to underrate, although it doesn't wrap around. Cold Beat finds Tonskin. Blink forward, Burrow Strike, and the Roar will cancel the epicenter, but still the Io's in a really rough spot. Flare is here, will do some pretty good damage. Avalanche, completely off the mark from Era, still looking for that Doom. He's sealed up, does turn around, gets his ultimate off onto the Tiny. Tiny can still fight if he really wants to. They do catch up to the Skywrath Mage and blow him to bits. Will be axes to fly, trying to intimidate for the Tiny. He does not have his Io to help him right now, and he will as well die. Oh no, here comes the Ember Spirit, but I'm not really sure what he's gonna do. Oh, he gets a cheese kill on the Sand King. Okay, that's something. But the Roshan now is pretty clear for Cool Beans to jump into. Limp still trying to do what he can. Will chain down Loda. Let's be a little bit careful here. It's gonna eat the hammer with the Lincoln Spear. Now chasing forward for more. Here comes the Ice Blast. Pow. Limp almost dodged it. I think he can dodge it like that. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be able to. Force out the BKB, they push him away, keep Roshan unattended. Is really all they wanted to do then. That is still an extreme win for the Cool Beans side. Picking off the Tiny, picking off his support crew first. If you're the Io, here, Tiny's here, you do not expect heroes to come from here. You expect them mostly to come through here, in which case the Tiny just blinks out and then you're home free. Time it was Cool Beans to get the jump on the Alliance side just by good positioning. Been definitely a struggle for them thus far. Roche, Spawn can't do it. Can he find himself? I don't think so. Era can do it with the blast. A little bit of a hiccup. Cool Beans are starting to tear down this advantage, or disadvantage that the Lion side has. The end result is still double life and cheese. Alliance squad. Still this Quap. He has a ton of farm. Cannot be denied, but it doesn't seem like she's having a contribution of a 16k hero. Sven as well, just really struggling to find those opportunities to lay into opponents that matter. He obliterated the Skywrath Mage, not even close. And that's also kind of okay if Pablo's just wasting the time of the Sven, kind of dragging him out of the fight. That means the Tiny, that means the Ember Spirit, free to do whatever the hell they want. Era, oh, finds Nikwa, trying to come with me. A bit more than he can handle right now. Same time, Jonas found him Pablo, smoked up. Just missed the Ancient Apparition. You see Loda. To relocate in, they can crush him so easily. Don't know the extent to which he's alone. They do then go for the Queen of Pain. His BKB, it is not going to be in time. She's obliterated. Wishing he'd get anything now. Loda forces off his own BKB to try to go for this Tiny, but he's not doing enough damage. There's an AC on this guy. He needs a little bit of help to bring down Era, and Era's not even getting healed up by the Io. Here comes the Epicenter, will land pretty well, but again, it's mostly on the Skywrath Mage. Who really cares about that? Era's back in, Avalanche toss, insta-kills too. Now he's trying to cleave down Insania by hitting the creep wave. At the same time, his allies take down the Sand King. It's a full life, prompting the buyout on the Sand King to maybe pick off this Aegis of Tiny. Even if he does, who cares? It's only one of his 2 lives. The Io is returned from his relocate, and he's ready to give them even more juice. That's racked on top lane in its entirety. Now over towards mid. Burrow Strike will do a whole lot of nothing. Ira will just start bulldozing, getting to work. Loda gets some more farm, right? Look at that, 36 gold. Sweet. Well, now he's down to half HP because the Avalanche saw a Shrine. Will keep him alive right now. Again, nice Burrow Strike from Come With Me. Limp's going to try to man-fight Loda, and he will come out on top. Thanks to the axe of Jonas Savant. Ira still swinging at the building, still has 2 lives. And Cool Beans are running out of time. They get to roar off onto the Doom. Come With Me is here, but what can a Sand King do? His epicenters have been okay, but definitely not good enough, and we have now found out who the real Alliance is. People wearing the Alliance colors, wearing the Alliance tag. Not Loda apparently. Alliance just all over Cool Beans, just being in the right spot, split pushing, being ratty. That's just the power of an IO Tiny, a Beastmaster who is very, very diligent in his vision, and an Ember Spirit, of course, with his